Alright YouTube, doing a little review here on this Ridgid R4221 12-inch sliding compound miter saw. The big question, should you buy it or should you not? I recently got this about 2 years ago and have been using it quite a bit. And there's some things I really love about this saw and there's some things I really don't like about this saw. So if you've been reading reviews and on the internet about it, you've read about the blade wobble. My saw originally had it really bad. So what the blade does is basically that bearing in there is bad from the factory and it just wobbles a little bit. And it's not that big of a deal except for you cannot produce a clean cut. When you cut, it just splinters out the back side of the stick or wood or whatever you're cutting, and I mean, it just basically ruins all your projects from before you even begin, no matter what blade you put on it or anything. So I sent this saw, well not this one, but I sent the saw off for warranty. Is under the 1 year warranty they have for it, and they ended up sending me a brand new saw back. Everything on it's exactly the same except for right here on the bearing plate there's a little gasket, and there's a little backing plate on there. It's a little bit different. It's got 2 screws coming in right here by where the blade bolts on, and anyway, it seems to alleviate most of the problem. And blade wobble doesn't seem to be that big of an issue anymore. I'm running an 80 tooth Avani blade on it. I pretty much use that for everything. I do have a Diablo 60 tooth blade. It's kind of nice for 2x4s and such. Just cuts like a laser beam right through it. It's pretty nice if you're just doing quick stuff and cutting stuff to length. I built a little cart for it to make it more portable. My biggest thing I was trying to do is make it so it takes up less of a footprint as possible. So you bring it in here and push in this pin and lock it down and tighten this wing nut, and then I made it so this table can drop down. Now I do want to rebuild this table out of metal eventually. If these screws come out at all or the wood warps at all, I've noticed a few times I've had to kind of adjust it because this fence isn't parallel and the table kind of has a break to it from the flat planer table of the saw itself. So just some things to look out for. Doing miters, super easy. It's got the lock right there. You can lock it down. It's got detents. You can override it or press it again and it'll go to any stop you want it to. Being like the 15, 22.5, 45, 0, all your popular ones. So right there, lock it down. You just gotta loosen these screws a little bit and adjust it and put up a square and square it up out of the box. And I've never had to readjust it since then. It cuts super true. 45s for picture frames, for example, works great for that. So it's a 15 amp saw, so you know you're getting the most power. You're not going to be lacking in power if you went to one of the other brand of saws. And they're all right there, and horsepower ratings you can't really trust them. They all kind of pick and choose whatever they want, but you just go by amperage, 120 volts, 15 amps. That's going to be your power right there. So just for your cut capacity, it's really nice if you're cutting bigger stock, like say you're cutting shelving or something. You can just come clear back. It's just so slick and so easy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the lights they put on these things. They're just like the lights on the Dewalt saws. I forget what they call it, but basically it shines a light right on the kerf line of the blade. And so what makes it easy is you just pull your tape out there and slide the wood in and out, and you really don't even have to mark. You just move the tape and you're good. I'm just hacking through this wood, you know, chop, 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 but the split out ain't bad on it. That's a brand new blade on there. It's not an expensive blade, it's just an Avani. This is Knotty Alder. You can still see it splits out just a little bit on the back side of the cut, and it kind of does that no matter how fast or how slow you go. And it does it with various different types of wood too, no matter what you throw through it. I mean, I got here's some pine and red cedar I'll show you. that being the pine. You always get that little bit of split out, and I think that's to be expected from any kind of saw in this range. But I think a little bit of that's attributed to the gear drive. The Dewalt saws, they just run a little bit smoother. They have that belt drive on them with that motor in the back, more over the frame, and I think that belt drive just cuts smoother. I don't know if that's true or not, but it does seem like this gear-driven saw just chatters a little bit as it goes through wood. The dust collection on it seems to actually work pretty good, with one minor flaw. The little zipper on the bag, you get sawdust in there, and that little zipper never wants to, you know how microscopic zippers are. You blow it out with the air compressor, and it seems like it works pretty good, but let's say when you're just cutting, I'd say it captures maybe 70% of your sawdust, which is pretty good for a miter saw. They're just mess makers. They throw it everywhere. I almost just give up on it, do my project, and clean it up afterwards rather than spend any time trying to keep up with dust collection. For crown molding, you got your crown molding stops here. They just go on with the wing nut. Cut that and cut it full 70s, where you can flip these tables in, and both sides do flip, so you can do 70-degree miters. And then so you just adjust that for your crown molding up against these. These slide in and out on both sides. These are really handy. They're just friction locked in there. You just drop them in, twist it down on your wood, and it makes a nice solid stopping on there. So when you're doing a 70-degree miter, as you expect, it gets kind of, especially if you're doing a compound miter, you get the saw in here in such weird angles sometimes that you kind of feel like you need something to help you hold the wood. But the compound miter right here, the bevel, it has the same thing as the front. So you flip it to this setting in the middle, and it stops at the common joints, 0, 45, all those, you know. And anyway, then you can override that by flipping it clear forward, and you can flip it all the way back to lock it. It's the exact same as the front. It makes it easy. Some saws are different or have tightening nuts on the back. This one's kind of nice. You just flip that thing. So anyway, great saw if you're a homeowner, do-it-yourselfer. Even like me, I'm an avid do-it-yourselfer, I guess. I cut a little bit of everything. I do a lot of projects. I even do a lot of projects for other people. It's an awesome saw. If you need a perfect cut and need a perfect saw, you probably want to go up to the Dewalt. But for the $600 price tag versus I think $300 on Black Friday, $350 regular price, you can't beat this saw. It's a lot of saw for any homeowner like us. I forgot one great thing about this saw is you can hold the blade guard up with your thumb. A lot of saws are kind of awkward the way you do that. You can flip it on and off right here. So as far as using it with big stock, there's a lot of awkward cuts you just need to hold that up for. So ergonomics on this saw is just absolutely astounding. Awesome. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, just put it in the comments. I'll try and answer them. And thanks for watching.